Spontaneous creativity. There is always sound around us. Every moment, every day. If there is sound always around us, every moment and every day, then there is always inspiration around us, every moment and every day. A lot of times I find like if we have too much notions and ideas about what we're trying to create, it can kind of hinder process. If you learn to still the mind, creativity is endless because you notice that creation is always around us and it's constantly changing. It's a deep philosophy in my way of playing music, I guess, or playing jazz music. But it doesn't have to be limited to just that. Playing in the moment and listening to each moment rather than being in your head, you will constantly be moving in the moment and changing with the flow of what the universe is allowing to happen, and you're just being aware of it. Even the sun has a sound, like a high pitch, a high ringing pitch, that warm, light sound. It's like a hazy sound, just ringing in the background. You don't have an excuse. Writer's block is impossible if you know how to still your mind, because you constantly hear everything around you and you can just take something from that, that bird right there, that bird has been singing since the start of this. That one is a distinct sound. I don't know, maybe he's the most he's the lead vocalist in the bird choir, who knows. Maybe he has something to prove. Who knows? Nonetheless, he's given me a lot of inspiration here, you know. You do not have an excuse or say that you suffer from writer's block. You're the one that's deciding that. You're the one that's deciding I can't create when you say that. But really, it's about letting go of all these expectations and stresses, frustrations in your mind, and coming back to the now and listening to everything around you. It is absolutely wonderful. And it doesn't stop either, you know. It just keeps going and going, and you can keep learning and learning, you know. And it's so simple. Just come back to the now. Tune into the birds, tune into the constant movement, the constant sound. It's always changing. It's awesome, you know. Anyone can make anything. Just set your mind to it. What do you want to make? Sometimes you might not even know what you want to make. Maybe it just takes staying still and listening until that idea comes up, you know? And then you're like, wow, I've just thought of something that I probably wouldn't have thought of if I was running around in my head searching. You know? It's so cool. It really is so cool, like, you know. You can do whatever you want, like you can hear all the sounds of the world in one moment, and it's constantly changing, and it's just unbelievably like simple. But it's just about tuning back into that state of mind and going, I can choose to do anything. I can be spontaneous. And it doesn't mean being silly or throwing notes around the place or, you know, being silly, you know. You can be a lot more intelligent than that, you know, to be spontaneous. Sometimes it's like stealth mode. It's like you're really in that zone, like, and you're just listening and listening, and then you hear it and you get it. Do you know what I mean? You just listen and listen. The idea comes, and then you pursue it. For instance, like in a recording session, I could be playing, I could be doing my thing, and a thought may come into my mind. Play this type of scale now, or this kind of thing, or, you know, express this emotion. And then it's up to me if I want to go, okay, go with it then, like, you know, or just ignore it and continue doing what you were doing. It's awesome, like, you're on a road and then these options are just kind of showing up along the way, and they're like, hey, you want to decide to choose this path, you know, you want to do this. That's what the thoughts can be like, you know. Do you want to tune into this thought? Do you want to tune into this? It's up to you, you know. You can tune into something else. Or wait a bit longer and maybe even something completely unexpected or out of your normal influences would show up, and then you can pick that, and then suddenly you've just changed the way you play. And maybe others would hear that, they're like, he doesn't normally play like that, he's after doing something completely, it doesn't sound like it was premeditated at all, even in the practice coming up to it, you know. That can be very, very special moments, you know. It's just being aware of the options that are showing up in your mind. It's just silent, and then these other things are coming in. Oh, I love it. It's so cool. Like, when you think about it, it's so simple, but it's really, really cool, you know. So you don't have an excuse. Lesson of the episode: you do not have an excuse. All the sounds are there, you know. Just listen. Listen, listen, listen. Haven't heard that bird in a while now. Maybe he heard what I said. Who knows? You know? There's all these other sounds going on now, like full of melodies, you know? Full of rhythms everywhere. It's epic. You know? You can interpret a feeling from just being on the ground as well, you know, just being here. I'm just lying down, and I could interpret a feeling or a sense of something that I could play in music, you know. Just this strong low note, you know, for example. Just start strumming the guitar, like, you know, just do it, like, you know, just start playing, just play anything, play one chord, you know, and just strum it simply, and just keep doing it, and you will find ideas and thoughts will start coming in your mind. Just relax into it, be patient. Patience is the key. You know, you will find the thoughts will start coming, and lyrics may start coming, you know, or you could just start singing tones, you know, and those tones then could end up turning into lyrics, you know. I love when that stuff happens. I'm not really a guitarist, you know, but I do like kind of playing on it sometimes, you know, just strumming some chords and start singing kind of ideas. It's just the way it all comes together. Then I can go to my computer and produce a tune then, you know. It's really just, it's how it can be so simple, and then you can take a simple idea and bring it somewhere else. It was often just, for example, strumming one chord, you know. Just taking the time to, like, sit down and play it, you know, and just tune into that world, no other world, you know. Tune into what you're doing then, and forget about, like, the bills you have to pay, or all these other things you got to do, and just really commit to being in focus with that moment. Like, start playing the guitar, even if nothing is coming out. Wait 30 seconds, a minute, lyrics will start coming out. Just let go. That's one of the main things. Just let go of your ego. Like, it has to be great, it has to be this great. Yes, that can help, but it's okay to just let go at the start and just play one chord or two chords or whatever, like, and just let it all fold into itself, like, and it becomes something that is just epic. Oh, even this podcast here, like, I'm just tuned into thoughts, like, I'm tuned into certain things that are coming in my mind now, and just going, okay, I could pursue what that thought is saying. That was a lovely sound. If you want to get into the more technical side of things, learn your scales, learn your arpeggios, learn the tools that will help you be able to execute ideas more quickly, in the moment. But when you're just jamming or trying to come up with something by yourself or whatever, it doesn't really matter. You can just kind of take it slow, take it easy, It's awesome. Music is so healing as well. Like, it's really, really a super way of healing the mind, and it's epic. And sometimes it just takes being spontaneous to let those kind of healing processes happen. And then after it, you're like, oh, that was just wonderful. I feel so relaxed now, Being spontaneous, like, in music can be a great way. It can be like, it's a great way to just let go, It's awesome. I am really enjoying the sun. I'm not going to lie. This is just the most beautiful sun ever. I just wanted to come out to the garden today to do this, and yeah, just really kind of say what was coming to mind. Very nice stuff, Don't be trying to be better than anyone else. That's another thing. Just keep developing your own self, because everyone is different, and you're going to have a different thing to say back to the world, or to give back. No matter how similar it is to other things, it's still unique, So just keep developing yourself. Find out what you love, find out what you don't like, maybe the thing you don't like, maybe work on some things about it, or just leave it and keep pursuing what you love, it depends, really. Depends, you know. I guess, like, I used to find practice difficult in ways, like, so to try and stop that being such a burden on my existence, thoughts and ideas and things were coming to me of how to make getting better at your instrument more fun and more beneficial, and really getting down to the core of how to become a better musician. And it was about, for me, playing in the moment, improvising constantly while working at these things, you know, and constantly developing and learning and taking risks, you know. So I think that can be applied to a lot of things in life, you know. You know, a growth mindset. Keep learning, keep trying things, you know. You can do it. You know, you can do it. That's all for me. Peace out. I'll talk to you next week.